triggered, those triggers are coming from somewhere. So while we are super excited about doing the lives, we are also new to this. And so we would love to be able to have interaction and connection with you guys. So whoever's on here, we welcome, and we're really happy for you to be here. And so we're not sure. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll pass it over here to me.
Well,
and
what is so we are here about bringing back intimacy to your relationship. And so what is the problem? Well, 72% of high-performing professionals are suffering at work because of the difficulties they're having in their primary relationship. 72%. That is just not cool, right?
You or me?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. You have to upload the license.
Do you have your license right here?
Is it me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. And so that problem is why are we suffering at home? Why are we not able to have our relationship give us strength instead of detracting from our performance? Well, there are many issues that come to play in the dynamics of a couple. Marla and I have been doing this for 30 years now, and we have well over 90% success keeping couples together happier than ever. And so as we have done this, we have come across several stages and issues that are key points to talk about. And so we're going to be doing that over the next couple of weeks in a series that we hope that is very helpful for everybody to improve their relationship at home. And so the first one is going to be tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about linearity versus infinity thinking. Linear versus infinity thinking. And so usually one person is in the mode of linear thinking in a coupleship, and the other person is in a infinity process, and those two just don't mix very well. And we're going to talk about more of that tomorrow. We're also going to talk about lifespan development and how that affects our relationships and what's going on in different relationships when someone is arrested in their development. We all are at some place. And so we're also going to be talking about things like communication skills and how to bring that to a more powerful place, a more simple place. We're going to be giving you tools like our 9-word journal, 1-minute 9-word journal that helps communication. We'll probably be talking about how to check in better with your partner. And we'll talk about also what it means to be emotionally present together on the same page. And so it's really exciting to be starting this project with you guys, and hopefully this list of lives will be posted in a way that you can go from one to the other and get what you need to get your relationship on the right track. And so we're almost ready to start because there was complications. And here we are. Okay, so.
All right, here we go.
Here we are.
Here we are. Let's adjust this real quick, just because it's a little bit awkward here. Okay, well, I promise you that next time we're going to do it. It's going to be a lot better.
Is there another barrier? Oh, my God. Okay.
24 hours. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we are. So, whatever you've been talking
This
about.
has been a really unique experience on going live. What a challenge. We're learning things all the time.
Yes, indeed. All the time. So much fun. All right, so
let us tell a story about how we got started in this work as being relationship mentors and coaches for couples. In 1995, Marla and I were about 26, 27 years old, and we had it all together. We knew everything. And so we volunteered to work in a domestic violence program for the court-mandated domestic violence offenders and their partners that wanted to get back together after having a court mandate to be apart. The judges were very frustrated and didn't know what to be doing. And so there was this process that we learned. We were trained by Paul Hegstrom from Life Skills International and began seeing, I headed up the men's group and Marla headed up the women's group for what was 22-week sessions.
More importantly, though, in the training, Jami, we've been married for several years already. 1988, we got married. This was 1995. And Jami came from a clearly dysfunctional family, and I came from a perfect family. So I thought, and 3 days into the training, it was like, oh crap, I don't have a perfect family. Well, isn't that just so funny? And so learning that, discovering things in that training, and then as we taught the 22-week sessions, I learned so much about myself, so much about feeling, so much about feeling identification. And that's a really important piece of foundational for the work that we do, feeling identification. And we have a really cool tool. It's our Feeling Wheel 5.0. And if you email us at Marla@bringbackintimacy.com or Jami, Jami, at bringbackintimacy.com, we will send you your free feeling wheel. But we learned off of a very, very, very hard to read anonymous feeling wheel back in 1995, and we learned about feelings and becoming granular with your feelings, which is something that if you know who Brene Brown is, in her shame research and her other research, she has a whole book called Atlas of the Heart on Feelings, and she just came out with that in the last few years. We've been talking about feelings for the last 30 years and how emotion is a chemical in your body produced, and in what words are you putting to the chemicals produced in your body. So that was a huge thing for me in our training, to learn that and to realize that I had some issues myself.
Well, and learning those feelings, so these emotions that are made on the hormones that we produce, flood our body with sensations, and then the feeling words are what we name those sensations. What's so important about that is that when you are able to be very, like Brene Brown says, granular about what you're feeling, now you're communicating effectively, even just with yourself. Right? Yeah. Interpreting what's happening for you is the first step of communication, truly. And so everybody thinks that they're really good at feelings, like Marla just said. She thought she was great at feelings, but we had no idea. We didn't even know very many feeling words.
Most people in research can identify around 6 feelings. A lot of people can't identify more than 1 or 2. The average person can identify 6 feelings, which are like good, bad, sad, happy, angry, I don't know.
Frustrated.
Frustrated.
Yeah,
That's
I think
a really, really common.
Frustration is one of the most commonly expressed feelings because it's a safe feeling. I feel frustrated. It doesn't, a lot of times when we say that when we actually feel angry or rage, and so that's
feels safer in the relationship.
Yeah, it just feels safer to say it that way instead of being honest about what's really going on, or even knowing. Sometimes we don't even really know how to identify that. So that's what the first tool that we talk about is our 9-word journal, and that is just simply naming 3 feelings from the north side of the wheel, which might call it the bad feelings. There are no bad feelings. There just are, one bad feeling, and that is shame. Is a toxic feeling. Everything else is just a feeling, and so by naming them and by naming those 3, then we draw across from the 3 north side, and you have a goal feeling for each one of those. So you have 6 feelings listed, and then the last 3 things that you put on that 9-word journal are just gratitudes. And so what's happening when we do that? We identify and express either by speaking or writing those feelings down. Writing is the best way to journal.
And why do we do it? Why do we do it? We do it because we're trying to change the old neural pathway in our brain, that 6-lane freeway, that when we're triggered, we go down that 6-lane freeway and end up crashing most of the time. I would say almost all the time. And so being able to identify and move those feelings through your body and move them outside of your body changes how you experience them, because feelings are sticky and they want to stay stuck. And when I have sticky feelings and Jami has sticky feelings and this huge sticky web, it's really hard to get to the heart and feel connected with each other because we got all this yuck in the middle of us. And so it's learning, that's the 9-word journal, it learns us to identify feelings, shift from the more difficult feelings, the hurt triggered places, into healthy connected spaces, and then offers us 3 chances of giving our gratitudes. What are we grateful for? Just gratitude journaling by itself will transform your life,
Right. So
your relationship.
So think about what's happening here. In 1 minute, you can come up with the 3 feelings, the 3 worst feelings you had in the last 24 hours. Draw a line across, get the 3 goal feelings, and then 3 gratitudes. We're literally moving our brains through a process, and all of our tools have some form of this process in them. So we're literally feeding the neurological food that you need in order to be in your optimal communication with your partner, with your children, with your coworkers, your friends. This is where communication can be boiled down and so much more effective all of the time.
So this is not just behavioral therapy stuff. We're literally helping you change the way that your brain works. It's neurobiology. This is the neuroscience. You can look up an fMRI and you can watch people using this type of process with a double word. So we add in the double word to really start transforming that 6-lane freeway into a new neural pathway. That's a really healthy neural pathway that instead of jumping into my trigger, I'm able to take a breath and I'm able to breathe out those north side feelings and breathe in the south side feelings, the feelings that I want to be able to be living into, as opposed to feeling that anxiety or that anger or that hurt or that confusion more often than not. And so that fMRI shows people using this type of a thing where they're identifying their more difficult feelings, and then they're moving them out of their bodies, and they're saying a double word. Our double word is cancel, cancel. And we've been using that since 1987. So cancel, cancel. And then I am choosing to react, respond, receive from the south side. So if I feel angry, the south side feeling is to feel respected. If I'm feeling confused, the south side feeling is to feel trusting. If I'm feeling anxious, the south side feeling is to feel contentment. So I'm moving into that. So I feel the 3 feelings from the north side, cancel, cancel. That's where the neural pathway, then it starts the little protein. They can watch it in the fMRI. They watch the little protein dancing from that 6-lane freeway into the newly built building freeway where you're going to be going more often than not, because you're dismantling that old crap.
From the old, less than adequate highway to the brand new super highway that is the most efficient way for your brain to be thinking.
Best recycling ever.
Best recycling. What we're doing here is we're going after your amygdala response, right? Fight, flight, freeze, or appease. And so when we get into trouble with our relationship, remember that 72% of professionals are suffering at work because of their primary relationship, right? So if we can get this to work and be supportive and energetic for us rather than a drag or, bringing us down or depressing us, that it's a huge shift in our performance in all aspects of our life. And so already we've given you 2 tools, the Feeling Wheel 5.0 and the 9-word journal. If you can follow those, let us know, reach out to us and let us know how that's going for you. And we'll be happy to have a conversation about that. Also, pay attention for the upcoming lives that will be posted on our social media, wherever you see us, YouTube, TikTok, probably get this on
Instagram
and Facebook.
So those are all the places. You can look for Bring Back Intimacy in all of those places.
And there we are, right here, easy to find. And what we want to do is improve your relationship in practical ways today.
Absolutely. So you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we will see you next time.
Rock on.